Hanoi is the capital and second biggest city in Vietnam. It's a vibrant city with lots going on. Here are 10 awesome things you can do in Hanoi. The Lake of the Returned Sword is the center of action in Hanoi. As the legend goes, the Emperor Le Loi was boating on the lake when the Golden Turtle God asked to have his magic sword returned. A stroll around the lake is a great way to take in the local culture. On one lap, you may see artists at work, musicians jamming out, group exercises, and Hanoi's version of Muscle Beach. Come back to see it lit up at night. Every day, tons of Vietnamese people and tourists alike line up to pay a visit to the preserved body of Ho Chi Minh in his mausoleum. It's located in the center of Da Bin Square, the place where he read the country's Declaration of Independence on September 2, 1945. If seeing a dead body isn't your thing, you can just head to the Ho Chi Minh Museum. It's quite possibly one of the most unique museums in the world, so check it out if you want to see how a giant table of fruit relates to Ho Chi Minh. In a city as big and sprawling as Hanoi, sometimes it's good just to wander around. You can find a beautiful church, an old watchtower, a statue of Lenin, and a local park dedicated to a former emperor who moved the capital to Hanoi in the year 1010. It's a popular place for rollerbladers and skateboarders to practice. Vietnam is famous for its coffee, so escape the traffic and head up to one of Hanoi's many cafes to grab a cup. Sit outside, sip your coffee, and look out over the lake while the chaos of the city's traffic unfolds below. The city is full of museums, such as the Museum of Ethnology, where you can learn about all the ethnic groups of Vietnam. The Women's Museum, full of excellent information about women and their role in the country. And the Museum of History, where you can get some insight into Vietnam's past. This former prison was used by the French colonists for political prisoners, and later by the North Vietnamese for prisoners of war. Known sarcastically amongst American POWs as the Hanoi Hilton, it is now a museum. See what it was like being a prisoner there, and even check out the clothes John McCain was wearing when his plane crashed. For delicious local cuisine, one need not look further than the street. From banh mi sandwiches to a hot bowl of pho, to the delicious bún cha, you can fill up your belly without emptying your wallet. On any night of the week, you'll find people packed into bia hoi joints. The local draft beer flows like water and is just as cheap. It's noisy and lively, to say the very least. Load up on beers, bring a local friend to help read the menu, and get a few snacks to munch on. Nem chua, or fermented pork sausage, is the perfect complement to the beer. Walk off some of the beer and sausage by hitting the night market. It's popular with locals and tourists, and you can definitely bargain here. Even if you're like me and hate shopping, it's an interesting place to walk around for a while. When it comes to local culture, a water puppet show is a must-see in Hanoi. This traditional art dates back to the 11th century and remains a popular attraction to this day. Shows go on every night, and it's definitely worth the $3 to $5 price of admission.